Chains drag, drag, drag across the ground. A fire hotter, hotter, 70 times hotter than every fire of this world. No relief, no exit, no end. Boiling water poured over heads, skin hissing, garments of fire wrapping the body. They reach for air. Smoke fills their lungs. They reach for water. Pus and burning liquid tear through their throats. A night with no morning. A prison with no escape. A silence with no end. This is the first night in Jahannam. And what the Quran reveals will terrify you. The world was warned long before that night began. Verses were revealed describing the fire, its roar, its endless punishment. This is the full story of Jahannam, the place no soul wants to see. The world was warned long before this night. Verses descended, words sharper than blades, words that carried across centuries. When it sees you from far away, you hear its roar, its fury, its rage. You hear it before you see it. You fear it before you reach it. And then the fire. Garments are brought for you. Not silk, not comfort, but fire. They wrap tighter and tighter. Skin and cloth fuse. Flesh burns but does not end. Boiling water is poured. It scalds the head. It melts everything it touches. It runs through you, carving paths of pain until it reaches your bowels. Chains drag you down. Hooks tear into your limbs. You resist, but there is no resistance. No escape, no breath, no relief. Smoke swallows you thick, black, suffocating. It blinds. It chokes. You try to gasp, but the air itself has turned to poison. Open your eyes. All you see is fire. Close them. The darkness does not save you. These are not images from imagination. These are not metaphors. This is what was revealed, warnings written before the first soul ever entered. And if this is what was shown before the gates opened, what will happen on the first night inside? The command is given. Angels seize you, not gentle, not merciful. Chains bite into your flesh. Shackles close around your wrists. You are dragged, step by step downward, each step heavier than the last. The earth itself seems to recoil from you. Doors open that were never meant for comfort. The heat rises before you arrive. It scorches the skin. It burns the lungs. You breathe once. It feels like swallowing knives. You breathe again and wish you had not. And then you hear it, the roar. A sound that tears the soul before it reaches the ear. Absolute rage, absolute hunger. A fire that waits for nothing but you. The angels do not pause. They hurl you forward. You fall, not for seconds, not for minutes. A descent that feels endless, deeper, deeper, until hope itself is burned away. At the gate, guardians stand, eyes like lightning, faces without pity. 70,000 chains in their hands, each chain dragging another 70,000 angels. No escape, no argument, only judgment. The gates slam shut, darkness thicker than night, heat fiercer than suns. And in that moment you understand, this is not a dream. This is not a story. This is your first night in Jahannam. The gates slam. The roar behind them fades into a deeper roar ahead. Chains pull again. They do not loosen. They drag. You are led downward. The fire does not stay still. It grows hotter, brighter, more alive with every step. The smoke thickens, curling around your throat like another chain. Then you see him, Malik, the keeper of Jahannam. His face does not move. His eyes do not blink. He has guarded this place since the day it was lit, and in all that time he has never smiled. Not once. The Quran says the people of hell will cry out to him, "O Malik, let your Lord put an end to us." And he will answer with a voice colder than stone, "Indeed, you will remain." The angels throw you forward. You do not argue. You cannot. Malik gestures once, and the chains obey. You are pulled to the base of a tree. At first, it looks like any tree. Branches, leaves, fruit. A moment of hope flickers. Then the smell hits you, bitter, rotten, poison. This is zakum. The Quran says it is the tree of accursed fruit. Its emerging fruit is like the heads of devils. A fruit is forced into your hand. You do not want it. Hunger makes you take it anyway. The skin splits. The juice burns before it even touches your tongue. You chew once, it tears your throat. You chew again. It fills your stomach like molten lead. You want to spit it out. You want to vomit. But the angels do not allow it. They strike you down until every bite is swallowed. Your belly bloats. It twists. It feels as though snakes coil inside it. Fire climbs from your gut to your chest. You scream. No one listens. Nearby, others writhe the same way. Their faces blackened, their lips cracked, their eyes hollow. All bent over the tree, all choking on its fruit. Some claw at the branches for more. Not because they want it, because hunger will not stop. This is the first meal of Jahannam. Not nourishment, not relief. Only pain that grows with every bite. And when the fruit of Zakum settles in your stomach, the chains do not rest. They tighten again. They drag again. You are not at the end. You are only being moved deeper. The fruit of Zakum settles in your gut. It twists, it burns. It claws upward as if it wants to escape. You think there can be no worse. Then the chains drag again. A basin is brought, black, heavy. Steam rises in waves. The smell alone scorches your throat. This is hammam, boiling water. The Quran says they will be given to drink a scalding fluid that tears their insides apart. A cup is forced into your hands. You hesitate. The angels do not. They strike. The cup slams to your lips. You drink one swallow. And your face melts. Lips, tongue, eyes. The skin slides away like wax from fire. The liquid tears through you. Down the throat. Through the chest. Into the belly already poisoned by Zakum. It does not quench. It does not soothe. It hunts. Wherever it flows, flesh splits and falls. The Quran says it cuts up the bowels and the intestines. You clutch your stomach. Chains bite your wrists. You bend forward. Nothing helps. The liquid does not stay inside. It pours back out. From the mouth. From the nose. From the wounds it created. It hisses on the ground, but the ground is no refuge. It burns even there. Around you, others writhe the same way. Their screams rise together until the air itself shakes. Then they collapse, twitching. Their bodies half melted, their voices gone. But death does not come. You look for an end. None arrives. You beg for water. This is the water. You beg for escape. This is the escape. The angels lift the cup again. The first drink is never the last. The cup falls from your hand. It vanishes in the smoke. You cannot tell if it shattered or if the ground itself swallowed it whole. You try to steady yourself. The chains remind you they are still there. They tighten. They pull you are dragged again. Not across flat earth, down, always down. The slope grows sharper. The stones cut deeper until footing itself becomes impossible. You stumble. The angels do not pause. Their grip is iron, their pace unbroken. Then you see the hooks. They hang from above, vast, countless. Hooks the size of spears, the size of trees. Each one barbed, glinting even in the smoke. The Quran warns of chains and shackles and a blazing fire. These are the shackles. These are the hooks. One swings low, it finds flesh. It tears into your shoulder. Another rips into your back. They do not miss. They never miss. Your body jerks. The scream rises again, raw, torn from a throat already shredded by boiling water. You are lifted, not upward into light, upward into more fire. The hook swings, and every swing rakes the wound wider. Flesh peels. Blood burns before it falls. Others hang beside you, some by their arms, some by their tongues, some by their faces, their eyes bulging, their mouths locked open in endless agony. They dangle in rows like meat in a slaughterhouse with no butcher, only fire. The chains below tighten again. The hooks release, you fall. The ground greets you like stone sharpened into knives. Before you can rise, the angels seize the chains. They drag, downward still. You realize this is not a circle. This is not a cycle. It is a descent, each step heavier than the one before, and beneath all of it, one truth grows louder. The first night has no end. The descent slows, not because the chains loosen, but because the dark thickens. Here, fire does not light the way. It blinds, its glow is smoke. Its smoke is night. You reach for shape. You find nothing. You listen for sound. You hear everything. Screams from above. Screams from below. Screams from voices so close they should touch you, but no touch comes. This is the loneliness of hell, surrounded yet abandoned. The Quran says, "Therein they will cry out, 'Our Lord, remove us. We will do righteousness other than what we used to do.' But no answer comes. No door opens. The angels do not respond. Malik does not move. You remember the days before this night, when the Quran was recited to you, but you scrolled past. When prayer called, but you delayed. When the fire was described and you thought it was only words. Now those words are walls. They enclose you. They choke you. You try to count time, seconds, minutes, hours. But here time does not flow. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "A day with your Lord is like 1,000 years of what you count." And here, the 1,000 years feel like one night that never ends. Your regret gnaws more than the chains. It burns sharper than the hooks. It weighs heavier than the fire. Others around you beg, "Our Lord, let us return. We will believe. We will obey." Their pleas melt into the smoke. You open your mouth to join them. You form the words. The angels drag again. The first night moves deeper. The darkness thickens. And the terror does not pause. It returns, not a circle that finishes, a wheel that never stops. Hunger rises again. Not hunger for food. Hunger that feels like knives in the gut. The chains answer it. They do not comfort. They deliver back to the tree. Zakum waits like a command. Fruit like curses. You resist. The angels do not. The first bite opens old wounds. The second sets your belly on fire. The third teaches you there is no fourth, because numbers mean nothing here. You reach for water. They bring hammam. The cup touches your lips. Your lips try to flee. Your face tries to flee. Your soul tries to flee. The liquid enters anyway. It tears the throat. It carves the chest. It pours into what the fruit has poisoned and makes poison final. You fall forward. You pray to vomit. It does not come. It cannot come. The angels strike until everything goes down. Then heat climbs your skin like a second garment. It burns until there is no skin left. Only black, only ash. Only a surface that breaks at a breath, and then it returns. Not the pain, the skin. Every time it roasts, it is replaced. New skin, new nerves, new openings for fire, new doors for pain. You learn a rule that cannot be unlearned. Renewal is not mercy here. Renewal is preparation. You reach for shade. There is shade. It gives no coolness. You reach for wind. There is wind. It scorches. You reach for night. There is night. It does not end. Hooks descend again. Not because you are the same as before, but because you are ready again. Flesh regrown is flesh to be torn. You rise into the smoke, swing, scrape, fall. Metal sings. Fire answers. Your voice breaks and keeps breaking. Around you, the same rhythm pounds out its law. Eat, drink, burn, hang, fall, drag. Eat, drink, burn, hang, fall, drag. Voices try to bargain. We are forgiven if there is one more chance. The words dissolve in heat. Replies do not arrive, or they arrive in a single sentence that weighs more than the mountain of your fear. You will remain. You try to measure time. You borrow a habit from the world you lost. Minutes, hours, days. The wheel crushes the numbers under it. It gives you another measure, cycle after cycle after cycle. You think of faces. Some you loved, some you hated. Here every face is a mirror that refuses to look back. Everyone is near. No one is with you. This is the loneliest crowd in creation. The tree calls. The cup rises. The hooks lower. The skins return. You understand finally what the first night means. Not the first and last. The first of many. The first of always. And still, beneath the roar and the iron and the smoke, a memory scratches at the edge of your mind. Warnings were sent. Verses descended. Doors stood open for a lifetime. Why were they shown? Why were they spoken so clearly, so early, so often? That answer waits beyond the next turn of the wheel. The wheel does not stop, but in its turning a truth becomes clear. This fire is not random. It was not lit without reason. Every flame answers something left behind in the world. The Quran says, indeed, Jahannam is lying in wait, a home for the transgressors. They will remain in it for ages. Every scream here is the echo of a refusal. Every chain here is the weight of arrogance. Every fruit of zakum is the harvest of sins planted long ago. You remember verses once recited but ignored, and fear the fire whose fuel is men and stones prepared for the disbelievers. Back then it was just sound. Now it is substance, fuel, reality. The chains do not loosen, yet your mind runs. It races back to the prayers missed, the wealth hoarded, the lies told when truth cost too much, the eyes that looked away from the needy, the ears that heard Quran and chose music louder. Each punishment fits the crime. A measure returned. Heavier, those who fed their pride now eat zakum. Those who quenched their desires now drink boiling poison. Those who clothed themselves in arrogance now wear garments of fire. The Quran says, "Taste, indeed you are the mighty, the noble." Words of mockery thrown at those who once mocked. You begin to see this night is not chaos. It is justice. Terrifying, perfect, unbroken justice, and still the cycle grinds on. Fire, food, drink, chains, each scream swallowed by the smoke. You remember that these words were once in reach. They were warnings spoken with mercy, not with wrath. They were gifts, but gifts left unopened become judgments. This is the Quran unveiled. What was once mercy in words is now judgment in reality. Jahannam is not only fire, it is not only chains. It is a loneliness deeper than any silence of this world. The souls are many, yet each stands apart, surrounded but abandoned. Every person locked within their own punishment, unable to comfort or even notice the other. It is a crowd without company. The arrogant crawl with faces in the dust. The liars tear at their tongues. The slanderers scratch their own skin. The consumers of riba drown in a river of fire. Each one consumed by their own mirror of sin. No conversation, no comfort, only regret that echoes inside, never answered. This is the true horror of Jahannam, not only pain, but isolation. To be trapped forever, and to know that even in a sea of souls, you are utterly alone. The Quran says, they will wish to leave the fire, but they will never leave it. Theirs will be a lasting punishment. This is the final reality of Jahannam. Not just the fire, not just the chains, not just the punishments that mirror every sin, but the certainty that it never ends. The people of Jahannam cry for death, but death does not come. They beg for relief, but relief is withheld. They plead for even a single drop of water, but the only drink is boiling liquid that tears the insides apart. Their voices echo into the darkness, but no answer returns. And the greatest terror of all is not the flames, nor the torment, nor the angels who strike without mercy. The greatest terror is the knowledge that this is forever, that every scream, every flame, every moment of loneliness is not a passing night, but an eternal decree. Generations pass in silence above, but time does not move below. 1,000 years feel like a day feels like 1,000 years. Despair does not fade. It grows sharper, heavier, until it becomes the only companion left. This is Jahannam. Not just a place of fire, but a place where hope itself has been burned away. A place where silence is louder than screams. Where eternity is the heaviest chain. The Quran revealed it so the living would hear and tremble. So hearts would soften. Your souls would flee before the gates ever close upon them. For Jahannam is not a warning in stories alone. It is a reality waiting for those who forget. Not everyone who hears this will believe, but everyone who ignores it will one day remember. And if